is over here. This part is the body. This is the greater curvature. What's this on the inside? Lesser. What are these things on the inside here?
Okay.
Rugae.
In Portuguese,
Rugae.
ruga is wrinkle.
There you go. Makes sense. All right, so this is the, what part of the stomach is this? Pylorus. And so you have the pyloric sphincter right there. So this is duodenum over here, this is pylorus over here, and that's the pyloric sphincter right there. So the stomach is able to cut itself off, and it does that during a meal so it can bombard the food with low pH acids. And then you have a ligament over here. What's the name of the ligament over here? Attaches the liver to the diaphragm. Falciform. Falciform. And then you have a ligament here that attaches to the top of the stomach. Lesser omentum. Lesser omentum. Lesser omentum. I felt like Alex Trebek there for just a second. All right. So on this curvature, what curvature is this?
Great.
This is the greater. The greater curvature has a big piece of mesentery, big piece of peritoneum.
Moment.
Greater.
Greater omentum, and the greater omentum covers like this. All right. So just keep in mind that this liver is pushed up, and the stomach is pushed up, so that you can see this organ here. What is this organ here? Pancreas. All right. So this is the pancreatic duct, and the pancreatic duct empties into what green duct over here?
Gallbladder.
It is part of the gallbladder. It's from the gallbladder. What is the? It's which bile duct? Common bile duct. Good, Jennifer. Very good. Okay. So the common bile duct goes up here, and you have a duct that comes off of
The liver.
the gallbladder. What's that one called? The cystic. Very good. All right. You have one that comes off of the right side. It's the right hepatic duct. You can have one that comes off the left side. It's called the
Left hepatic duct.
left hepatic duct. And they come together and they make the common hepatic duct. All right. So you have cystic duct, common hepatic duct, and they come together and make common bile duct. Common bile duct. All right. So here's another piece of peritoneum here. And what is this structure called here?
Sphincter. No,
It's the tinea coli.
Tinea coli. What is an individual segment? Haustra. Haustra. Okay. So this is what part of the small intestine here? What do we call this piece here? Duodenum or duodenum. All right. And all of the small intestine has these circulars. Plicae circularis. Okay. So you can think of them as circular pleats. That's a cheat. Okay. Plicae, and that's not what it means. It means something different. But they look like pleats that you would have in a dress, all right? And they're circular. They go all the way around. So think of them that way. Plicae circularis, all right? All to enhance surface area in the small intestine. So this is duodenum. It comes down here, and then it curves very sharply and becomes this part of the small intestine. What's this called? Jejunum. Jejunum. And then somewhere over here it becomes the ileum. All right. So the ileum ties into this part of the small or the large intestine. This is the cecum. And there's a narrow valve in here, ileocecal valve. And then you have this thing which you don't have in cats. Appendix. Appendix. So you have this part of the colon that goes that way. Ascending. And it has a flexor right next to this hepatic organ. Hepatic flexor. Hepatic flexor. And then you have it. What is this line here called again?
Tinea coli.
Tinea coli, and it bumps up against
The spleen.
the spleen. So you have this flexor next to
flexor.
splenic flexor. Okay? Splenic flexor. And then this goes down, descending colon, and it goes
Sigmoid.
just like Superman's ass. It's Sigmoid Man. No, it's Superman. It's just a different class. Anyway, and then you have two sphincters. You've got an internal one. This is regulated by the sympathetic nervous system. And when the sympathetic nervous system says, I'm letting something loose, you feel a tremendous sensation coming from this one to go that way down the hall. All right? So you have two of those inside the rectum, and this is the anus. All right?
Does the sphincters have different names?
Yeah, they do. Look it up. Okay? That's good. And then you have the lingua,
Yep.
and underneath the lingua you have what gland?
Sublingual.
Sublingual.
Gland.
Sublingual gland. Okay. And then you have one here underneath the jaw, right here underneath the jaw.
Submandibular.
Submandibular, and then you have one right up here.
Next to the masseter. Parotid.
Parotid. Okay. Parotid, sublingual, submandibular, sublingual.
When you have mumps, the parotid gets infected. It swells.